Why, hello there. Welcome back. It seems that we have another appointment together, and I can tell just by looking at you that you got yourself a little bit of a watermark situation. Well, don't worry. It may seem like it's a hard thing to deal with, but I'll be able to get you all cleaned up and looking like new. No one will ever even know the difference. Of course, there is a little matter of shrinkage that may happen, but don't worry, it's the good kind. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to remove watermarks from your head. Now you may be wondering, where can I get a head just like that? I kinda like them. Well, you can find a whole bunch of them down here at our sponsor, at secondlinecopybot.com. They have a whole bunch of stuff here, a few archives of wonderful little trinkets that people can use to help enhance their second life. From viewers to meshes to heads and bodies, you can find it all here. There's even a little section around here that's full of heads just like this one, and it's quite the collection. So make sure you check it out when you got the free time, or if you're just curious. Well, enough of that silly nonsense. Let's get back to the actual reason why you're here. You picked yourself up a head, and you got some words stuck to it. Let's remove them and get you on the road. Now, before we begin, it's worth saying that you're going to need an extra plug-in to make this thing go. It's simply for reference, but it makes the job a lot easier. I'm talking about Avastar. You know, the program that we always use around here for blendering and Second Life. You can pick up a copy on that website I just mentioned before. They have the whole archive and it's constantly updated. I like to use the one for the older Blender 2.79. It's my favorite one after all. Well, that and 2.72. I just got a thing for the classics. So in this tutorial, we're going to be using that version of Avastar 2 along with Blender 2.79. I'll talk real slow, so follow along. And if you think I'm going too fast for you, make sure you put the video down a little bit slower. I think it would definitely help if I had turned on a screencast. That way you can see what I'm doing, if you don't understand what I'm saying. Well, that's enough talking. We're almost at the 3-minute mark. Are you guys ready? Well, let's begin. In the case of this creator, the letters are stuck to the head. If we try to move it, you'll see that the head moves along with it. And if we try to separate it normally with our materials, it don't come off. So that means that we have to do a certain other method where I have to remove it via loose parts. So what we need to do is to go into edit mode by pressing tab. Then press A and make sure that it's all selected in orange. Once everything is selected, well, I suppose we can take a step and do this first. It should save some time. While everything is selected in orange, I want you to press the buttons Alt and J to get rid of all those extra triangles. And then just like before, we're going to press this Compare UV button. That should make things a little more manageable and neat. Now, we need to get rid of these letters. With everything still selected in object mode, with everything still selected in edit mode, you're going to press the P key and then by loose parts. Everything should come apart now into cute little sections, and that's what we want. So, now that everything is broken up, we're going to leave edit mode and go back into object mode. From here, we're just going to turn our camera to the side, click on the part of the letters, press the B key, select it all, and then press delete. Now those pesky letters are out of the way and you just got yourself a beautiful face. But there is a matter of the size. Believe it or not, there's a thing as being too big, and unless you want to recreate Big Head mode from Tekken, I suggest you shrink it down a bit. So, we're going to do it all at once. That way we make sure everything is nice and tidy. So press A and make sure that everything is selected again. And then we're going to press Control J to join everything together. But if that don't work, you can just press A and then join over in the side. Of course it wouldn't. Now, because it's joined together and it was broken apart, we do have that matter of all these ugly seam lines that are showing. So let's get rid of those before we try to do any scaling. Don't want people to think you're suspicious now, do we? So we're going to go back into edit mode, press A, and then W, and then we're going to remove doubles. And that should get rid of those seams nicely and make it all pretty. Okay, so now we need to shrink this body down. To do so, we're going to need a reference. That way we know how far we're shrinking things. We don't want to make it too big or too small. Don't want people to get sus now, do we? Go to the second layer and press Shift C. Oh, shoot. We want to find the grid, but I reckon it won't work if there's nothing there on the grid. So just zoom down real quick and then add in, and add in your Avastar. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. I like the extended one, but the basic will do as well. Once the basic is selected, you're going to hold Shift and C, and it's going to put us down here on our little lady. Perfect. These loops are no good, so I like to go into pose mode. Let's see, Avastar, settings, advanced, pose. Alright, let's use skin. That's much better. Now that we have our reference set up, we're going to hold down Shift and select our body. Our body is selected, and when it's laying on its back, we need to flip it and make it upright. So press A a few times. Press R. X 90. Oops. Sorry. Seems I'm messing up right at the end. We're going to press A and select everything. Then R. X. And then 90. And have it upright. Then we're going to press the S key. And we're going to bring it down a bit, just to make it so that we can see it. Now we want to hold down Shift and bring our Avastar back into play. And as you can see, it's a little bit bigger than what we need it to be. But that's not a problem. We're just going to scale it down until it's just right. Press S again and bring it all the way down. Now I like to do this. I have a little trick that I like to do to make sure that the bones line up properly. Select the bones and come over to the object panel. Then select X-ray. With that selected, we're going to select the whole skeleton again. I like to go into the layer and make sure that I got everything and not accidentally select the Avastar. Press S and then scale it down until the arm bones match up like this. Now don't worry about the neck. It's absolutely perfect. Although it's splintering outside the neck, this is just extra stuff and it will snap down in place where it needs to be. If you feel like it's a little off, you can always scale it up and make sure that the eyes match right here. Like so. Actually, I think that might be a bit better than what I was doing. Neat. Okay, so now that we have that done, select your head and simply do our standard export. Choose rigs from the preset and then throw it on your desktop somewhere. Alright, now it's time for us to upload and see if everything works out fine. Okay, sorry about that. I had to run and do a check real quick. And yes, it really doesn't matter. But I do think the easiest way to get your scaling right is so that the eyelid bone on the Avastar skeleton is touching the upper and lower eyelid of your head. And I think that's a lot easier to do than the shoulders. So once you have that and you do your normal Second Life export, I'm not entirely sure if I did that, but I can do it again. So you're just going to go to File, Export, Collada Day, and then save it wherever you want to. And again here at the rigged, and then, whatever you want to name it, and then hit export. Then you bring it on and you have this blush and beauty. Import your head inside. Add it to your skull. And, let's use one that doesn't have a texture so I can show you what I did. So I have the shape that goes with this head. I'm going to select the face. Go to Bake. Head. And you see we have a beautiful head for you to use and experiment on. Now, don't you worry about those Undertaker-like possessed eyes. Once you put on the regular eyes or the eyes that came inside the package, your eyeballs should be right as rain. Hold on one second. I can give you a demo. See? Now you have regular eyes in. No one will be any of the wiser that you are, had some work done. Now, that's it for this tutorial. It's a lot faster than the last one, but the process is really simple. Check out that website again if you want to buy, I'm so used to saying buy, if you want to pick up a copy, the experiment on your own, and have fun with. Well, we're at time now. I hope this was a wonderful appointment for you, and if you have any more problems, you'll come back and see me sometime. So, until then, my fellow doctors and experimenters, my loving patients, good day.